You know, my little lipstick, as usual. There I am. All right. Good morning, lovely people. How's everybody doing? It's another morning. It is actually Saturday morning. Whew. And I just got home in time to rest my body. But, you know, I cannot rest. Who this? Hold on there. Yeah, so I'm just coming home and you know I cannot go to sleep without coming to check up on y'all, see how y'all doing, because you know I'm not sure what y'all were up to. I'm not sure what y'all were up to overnight. I'm not sure. So here I am, coming to try and figure out what you all are up to. I hope you all had a great night. I hope you all had a great night. Mine wasn't too bad. I just feel heavy. I don't know. I feel burdened. Whenever I feel burdened, yeah, that's what I feel. I feel burdened. Just heavy. But anyway, that is something that happens some of the time. It happens even to the best of us. We get that feeling sometimes. Yeah, so this morning, guys, I'm not going to waste a lot of time, but I don't have a lot of time to waste. We are going to go straight into the book of Job. We are going to continue to read the book of Job. Now, y'all remember yesterday and the day before. Watch, I'm going to try to go live, you know. Yesterday and the day before, we started reading the book of Job again. And it seems as though every time you read a book like Job, you get new insight into what the book is talking about. Jojo, good morning, Jojo. How are you doing, my love? Happy Saturday. I see my friend Rayan is here as well. How are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. Wild Heart, how are you doing? Yeah. Um, Junior Coops, Tafari, my love, how are you? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Eugene DJ, lots of people coming in. Welcome into the live, guys. Thank you all so much for coming in, for popping in. I sincerely appreciate it. I appreciate you, Tafari. Thank you for the roses. I appreciate you. Yeah, Swift One. Swift One. What's up? Good morning, my love. Good morning. Good to see you. Yeah, we are going to continue this morning. You know, this morning we don't have a lot of time because by the time I'm done, I'll get myself together and go get me some sleep to go back to work later. So we don't have a whole lot of time to work with. But how are you all doing? I hope you all had yourselves a fabulous night. Yeah, while I was laboring, y'all were sleeping. Andrea, man, I gotta start the reading until you're coming on. I've been waiting for you to show up. Andrea, you keep me on my toes. You know that? Yeah, because sometimes I want to say, you know something I can't bother. But then when I think of Andrea, I say, you know something, make me bother. Yeah, so here I am. Joyce, I'm here listening to the voice. Oh, you are so sweet, Joseph. You're so sweet. Yeah, so guys, those of you who are just coming in, and we are going to backtrack a little bit, not too much. Just enough for you all to catch on and move forward with us, because we can't come every day and keep going back. You know, y'all gotta be diligent and catch up with us. So for those of you who are just coming, we have been reading the book of Job for the last few days. Yes, the book of Job was requested to be reread. You know, those of you who have been here know that we have read the Bible through and through, talked about it at length, and what we think happened, how we feel about it. We have gone through that at length. But you can never go through the Bible enough times and know it. You cannot know it. You gotta go back again and go read again. Yes, you gotta do that all over. So now we are going over the book of Job. And in the last few days, we saw where Job was considered to be the most faithful man. And we saw why. We saw why he was considered to be the most faithful man, because he was sort of ultra orthodox when it comes on to the doctrine that was taught to him. He did not play about that doctrine. Whatever reward there was to be had from that doctrine, Job wanted to get it. So Job would do anything and everything that he was told he should do to remain in God's graces. Job sacrificed animals every day for sins he committed, sins he didn't know he committed. He sacrificed for his 10 children, for sins that he think they may have committed. All those things. And because of that, everybody looked up to Job and thought, wow, Job is a faithful man. Job had lots of animals and land and servants, you name it. A very, 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 very wealthy man. And then leave it up to whoever it is that wrote the Bible. Leave it up to that person for just throw a monkey wrench in the whole story. I'm gonna say the sons of God came before the Lord and Satan come with them. That just mess up the entire story. So the sons of God came before the Lord, and there was Satan with them. And God asked Satan, where you are doing? Who nobody didn't call you? Satan said, well, I know what to come because I've been traveling this world up and down, to and fro. So I knew to come. And then Satan had a challenge for God. You see the one Job? You see the one Job where I serve you? You see him diligent and faithfully I serve you. I bet you, if you take away the things, the right boy, what's up? And everybody you that? And the devil are going to say to God, I bet you anyhow you take away everything where you give to Job, he's going to turn his back on you and he's going to curse you and all of this. And God gives Satan permission and say, go and go test him now, go and go test me. Go test him, just not taking life. And Satan run off and be happy, and Satan go blow a wind and blow down the house in which Job's 10 children were having a party. Everybody did. Only one somebody escaped to go bring the news. Then Satan caused the Chaldeans to come, slay the servants, take away the animal them. Then fire come out of heaven and burn up the sheep them. Boy, I don't know, but they're very creative. Me tell you something, Andrea. The creativity of them story when them writing in the Bible, on par. Durban, what's up? Durban said, did you see the fire international airport last night? No, sir, me not see no news. Me did their work. I don't see nothing. I haven't seen any news at all. Me not see nothing what happened last night into this morning. I didn't see anything. Yeah. What happened to me? I don't know what happened to the live. But here I come again. Yeah. So as we continue with this story of Job, all these things that Satan is supposedly doing to Job, at God's insistence, because I God give Satan the power. I God tells, even when me attack them story, I may have to use the characters. It seems absolutely weird, but just so that you all can understand what I'm talking about, I will continue. I will continue to use the character. Job said, Trev is the wrong person to ask. No man, when me there warm, me usually see the news. But me when me there work, me not see nothing. Me not see nothing. Yeah. So then Job now was afflicted with dispossession. All of his riches went for naught. Everything was gone. The animals, the thieves came in, they took the animals, they slew the servants, the host, Satan blew down the house, made the house fall, and took all of his children. Now Job turned into a walking mass of boils and sores and smelly, and from the crown of his head to the sole of his feet, Job is filled with sores. So that me think that are the ultimate. But remember say, according to the Bible, it say God tells Satan, say, he can take everything from Job, just don't take Job's life. Okay? So now Job is conflicted, and even Job himself said that he's conflicted, he's confused. He has been serving this God forever, and he has been doing all the things that the doctrine has taught him to do, and still look what has befallen him. Like, look how much service me serve this a God. What did I get for it? This was Job's contention. His wife tell him, like, you still being so faithful, you still a sacrifice animal, you're still doing all of this. Why don't you just stop? Like, just stop, because you're doing all of this and still you're not getting favor from this God. Job continued. His three friends. Remember the name of the three friends? Me not like how one of good students, you know. Me not like how one of good students. When me sit down here, and I tell you something, on stay there and keep on forgetting. Who can give me the name of Job three friends? Who was here yesterday? Joseph, you was here yesterday. Andrea, you was here yesterday. I was Swift one day. Who was here yesterday? What was the name of Job's three friends that went to visit him? I see I can't wait for Uno to tell me. There was Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar. How me look so fresh and bright and me I come from work. Listen. Me have to, Empress, what's up? Me have to be nice and bright. Me come and me eat my breakfast. Me eat my breakfast, me almost feel like me overeat. But yeah. So I eat brighten me up, man, because when me I left work, me was just about dead. But but here I am now. Just take me as I am. Yeah, so back to the story. So the three friends, Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar, they came to visit Job, because them here how Job has been afflicted with all these wounds and everything. And they came. And for 6 days they sat there, said not a word. Because I'm not sure what they were doing there. I think they were just observing and seeing what Job was doing. And then the conversation started, and Eliphaz started expressing to Job how he felt about what Job was doing. He's like, where is this God you are serving? Look at you. Look at what this God has done to you. And on top of that, yes, my love, Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar. And Zophar, the next one name. Yeah. So Eliphaz started the conversation like, what is going on with you, Job? Look at you. Look what your God has done to you. Your God have the power to banish anything that is coming to harm you, but he did not. He make the seas, he make the stars, he make everything else. He have control over everything. And according to you, you say only bad people, only wicked people get destroyed. Good people don't get destroyed. So you confuse me right now. And Job admitted that he himself is confused. He believe what I believe, but as he said in one of the chapters we read yesterday, he was like, if at the end of the day, what I believe is not right, who is going to prove me to be a liar? There won't be anybody to prove me to be a liar. There won't be anybody to say that was a misunderstanding. If peradventure there should be a judgment. Who at what point is going to hear that, oh, what you were doing was wrong? It's gonna be too late. So Job was still adamant that he's continuing to do what he was gonna do what he was doing, but his friends were not having it. And we heard from Eliphaz, we heard from Bildad, and we heard from Zophar stating their feelings towards Job's faith and what they believe him not getting back, no reward for him for all of this faithfulness. Good morning, Trevor. What's up? That's where we were at yesterday. So today, because we don't have what leave time today, Trevor, what's up? We are going to continue with the reading. I remember, guys, when you come over here and you hear me reading the Bible, remember, I do not endorse religion. I do not endorse denomination. Okay? Religion is just too divisive. It's too contentious. Yeah, so I don't endorse it. You know, in the confusion. There's too much confusion. And when I read the Bible, them say God is not the author of confusion. As some know say, as if that is true, that God is not the author of confusion, God have nothing to do with why in the Bible. But if the opposite is true, I can understand why. Because I've never seen a book full of contradictions more than the Bible. And those of you who are going to disagree with me, it's because you don't read the Bible. So you don't know about that. Say nothing in the chat until you don't go read the Bible on yourself. And you will see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay? When it comes on to Job, I still don't see the reason why God would have to afflict Job as badly as he allowed to happen to him, just to prove to Satan, say Job is faithful. So let me see something now. God would already know, right, how faithful Job is. And if Job isn't faithful, he has the power to influence Job's faithfulness, right? So what was going on? Was he just playing around with Satan? To say, well, I'm going to just send him after Job, you know. But I am going to control the strings. And I am going to work on Job's heart for Job to prove him wrong. It'll be the same thing like when we read in Exodus. Remember I told you all, I still don't get why God would have done all the things he had done, like 10 plagues on the Egyptians. And the Bible itself specifically says God sent the plague and then God hardened Pharaoh's heart. I don't get it. I do not get it. Why would he harden Pharaoh's heart, but at the same time, he must send Moses and Aaron, say, go to Moses, go to the Pharaoh and tell him to release my people. And then as soon as them gone to the Pharaoh, God deliberately hardened the Pharaoh's heart so that the Pharaoh wouldn't let the people go. And I'm like, what kind of game was that? What was that for? I still don't get it. I still don't get it. Because if you're gonna If you're gonna play with people and play with their emotions like that, how you expect them to be completely loyal to you when they know what you're capable of? I don't know. My dear, as I said, you already. Every man that give his life to Christ must go to a test. Is she like tax services? Oh, tax services. Tax services, you're bold, you know. Tax services never bother say good morning or nothing, you know. Man just roll up and say, would you marry me? Andrea, me get to our next proposal. That's about proposal number 6, you know. In as many days, you know, that's about proposal number 6. I want to go on here, so, sir. We have got to talk about that half the year. Winsome, what's up? All right, Trevor said, oh no, I forgot to the test. Oh no, I forgot to the test. What he says? The test when he was walking on the face of the earth. Okay, Trevor. Winsome, you wake up. Mr. Winsome, I pay a fog. Come minute, me show no out the door. It has start clear up now. A pure fog. What me tell you no say fog. And a fog, a dew. Mist. It a clear up now. What make me show no out there? See there? Pure fog, pure mist. Out there. When I got out for work, you could hardly even see in front of you. You couldn't see in front of you. Yeah. So as we were talking about Job, we had kind of veer off a little bit, went into the Exodus. That was another thing that I could not listen to me not tax service. But you know, ordinary. You can't just meet him and ask him to marry you, so you will get tricked, man. You can't do that. But we're gonna talk about it off the air. Cause me depend on the market. I win so I went Andrea. Oh, Joseph is here. I can't say that. Yeah, so back to business now. Yeah, so that was one thing that got me questioning, like, what kind of shenanigans is that? Why would God send all those plagues? What am I? Me not wait for you now, Con. Me not wait for you now. Rose, what's up? What are you doing, my love? Good morning. Me not wait for you now, Joseph. Me not wait for over here, so if you raise me up to talk about what kind of market me the. Backside, Joseph said since when you was for sale. Me not wait for you. All right, tax services, they are straightening me up this morning. So I have to straighten up myself. I have to straighten up my arguments. Okay? Good morning, my love. I hope you're having a great morning. I am here having a good morning. Every morning I'm here with y'all. It's a great morning. Yeah. So, I don't know. Whenever you all figure out why God would have done all those, send those 10 plagues on Pharaoh and send Moses and Aaron on this wild goose chase so many times, only make me know. Because me not get it. I that is one thing that baffles me immensely. Watch out, all of the market them and nosedive right now, so the prices tank. The prices tank. All right, we come back off of the market. So what do you? Tax services? No, me not marry no one. No marriage for me. Thank you. Swift one, you collect. Where you collect? You collect tithe and offering from the top of the line. Me agree. They have to come to church and pay the entire offering. Me agree with you, you're a Swift one. Stretch out the offering plate there. Make them drop their offering. I agree with you. I agree. Yeah, and some of the years so, enlighten them with all these things that's in the Bible. Not true, win some. Yeah. For those of you who are just coming, you have landed on the live of Trev from Trevessence. All right. And this morning here, we are continue reading the book of Job. The book of Job is one of those interesting and fascinating books that's in the Bible. We started reading it a few days ago. All right, I know good time now for sell. It's not a good time. I know good time now for me sell myself because me I get shortchanged. The stock market is down, so the price gone down. All right, so my friend here says, when Jesus Christ was led into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil, he went and he for 40 days and 40 nights. After finished fasting, he was hungry, and the devil to turn a stone into bread. Yes, I remember that story. Who write that story there, Trevor? Who write that story there? Because if we remember in the Bible said Jesus and Satan alone did in the wilderness. So who was the third person who wrote that story? Who was the third person who was there to give account of what happened? Something to mull over for the day. Okay? Because I know Jesus right here, no Satan right here. So who wrote it? I tell you, these things are novels. People sit down and write these things, what they think may have happened, what they thought somebody may have said. So it's a story. Because I don't know how you're going to say there were only two people there. There were only two people there, but yet there is somebody who is writing this story. Y'all don't question those things? Y'all don't question? Oh. You was never on the market, no. Same so Joseph, I agree. Me not on the market because the money can't buy me. Yeah. So let us move right along. All right. So card says, the spirit bear witness. Which spirit bear the witness? And if you say the spirit, whichever spirit you say bear the witness, the spirit wrote it? The spirit wrote it? I believe in a reality, I don't believe in a fantasy. All right, somebody says, then Jesus Christ turned on, as it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God. That is part of his test. Okay. All right, me hear you. God say, the spirit when I drink this morning, y'all gonna allow me, you know. Y'all gonna allow me. You can't put up my business on Broad Street, so come on now. Come on now. You gotta do better. You gotta do better than that, sis. You can't do me like that. Shoo. My thing is, me not hear no way in the Bible when they say no spirit write any spirit write any of these books in the Bible. So my question prevails as to who gave account for the story. God did have somebody to write the story for him. Because you remember, Kadoy, help me with that story here. You remember when Jeremiah, you remember when they were going after Jeremiah. You remember when the king said that the servant should do the writing about everything that is happening with Jeremiah and the king of Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar, when Nebuchadnezzar was sending the people, the soldiers to come slay all the people up there in Israel. You remember there was something where he said somebody was writing something in that story. You remember which story I talk about? It was in Jeremiah. I think it had something to do with the scroll. Lord man, I can't remember everything, Me a human. So was it something like that where between Jesus and Satan, them tell somebody what to write about the encounter they had in this wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights? Because I don't understand if nobody else was there. Who was the talebearer? I'm just going to leave that right here. Let me continue reading. Where did I stop yesterday? Anybody remember? Come again, I'm not stay here all day. Come I forgot sleep. You remember me? Why I never mark when I stop yesterday? I asked somebody to stop yesterday. I think. Really, Joseph? Really? Wait, say, I pointed out something to you. When we read, me know say no Jupiter you want right yesterday. Jeremiah, that he said the angels were the angels were there doing the creation. So what I say, the angel them write it? And that's how we reach now. And the angel them write it? Is this a way to avoid acceptance that the story flukish? Now we say angel write it. Things I will give unto you if you bow down and worship him. You know, some me have a problem with that though, Trevor. Trevor is quoting something here. Things I will give to you if you bow down and worship him. Jesus Christ. Say it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord God, and him only shall go serve. The devil was trying to trap Jesus. The devil should not have had to be trying to I will a word that I just said yesterday. The devil should not have had any opportunity to trap Jesus. I don't know what that lesson was supposed to teach. Because number one, if Jesus is not like us, he is sinless and faithful. That's him. We, on the other hand, we are born in sin and shaped in iniquity, so we are prone to sinning. He is not. Why would the devil need to tempt him when he's already pure? He wouldn't ever fall for it. That don't make no sense. I would have rather to see it say the devil tempted one of the men who was trying to follow Jesus. Yeah, and as an ordinary man, he did exceptionally well, not succumbing to the devil's temptation. But how the devil tempt God? How the devil tempt God? Tempt God for sin? That don't make no sense to me. Because God is already pure and righteous, and him is already sinless. He's not going to be corrupted according if I follow what is in the Bible. and keep my thoughts there. If he is already faithful, he is already pure to himself. He's already pure. He's already incorruptible. How Satan is going to tempt him? What do you expect was going to be the outcome? The outcome already set up. The outcome already set up because it's God. So that was no true temptation. That was no true test. Just saying. Somebody says the devil wants to rule, he wants praise, so he will try at anything. You got a point. You got a point there. I mean, but based on what I have read in the Bible, if God is this mighty and this powerful and he is able to rid this earth of all things that's bad, I don't see why he would be waiting on a particular time to bust the earth, bust the sky, and come to eradicate sin. Like, it don't make any sense. If he looks and he sees sin and he knows that he's the one who created it all, and this sin is causing the people that he claimed to love so badly, this sin is corrupting them and causing this earth that he has made to be corrupted and all, he has the authority. Me know so not gonna say, oh, man's timing and God's timing is not the same time. Me know so that not gonna say. Because as Christians, we always find excuse. When people bring reality to the table, we don't bring excuse. Somebody say, oh, you can't deal with my thought process this morning. So why are we having this argument and this discussion if it's all predetermined? Exactly. That's my question. It is all predetermined. So what is this? Mystique, what's up? To me, feels like a game. It's like a game to me. It's predetermined. You already know what's going to be the outcome. You already know what's going to happen. So why doing this little jumping jacks? Why do that for? I guess it was to play with their minds because the people are so gullible. They just accepted everything and anything. And you notice that anybody who expressed dissent, anybody who asked any questions and try to, make it try to make it make sense, you realize that those people would end up getting. So I guess the people just went along. They did not. The first thing they did was to control the people's hearts. They built up such fear in the people. The people were so afraid that they wouldn't even ask questions. When they wanted to escape, they would have go far, far away. Ghana, Ethiopia, gone far, far away, because they know that they could be punished. Yeah, they could pay the ultimate punishment for straying away from this doctrine. Because the people had questions. There is no way you could have these questions, have this doctrine with all these expectations and not have questions. You're not gonna follow just like a sheep. Not stop and look around for smell the coffee, for asking any questions. It is the Holy Spirit that inspired man how to write the Bible. And what to write, really. Could not do it on their own. They were inspired by the Holy Spirit of God because they were holy. They were holy men of God. The people in the Bible were holy men of God. The people in this Bible when I read were holy men of God. All these murderous people. Okay. All right. Anywho, let us continue. And this is the same kind of confusion that Job was talking about yesterday. Because Job said, me confused. Because in my estimation, in my understanding of this doctrine is that the wicked is the ones who suffer, but good people don't suffer. But here I am. No wonder his friend said to him, I'm sure you must have done something. You must have not fed the widow woman. You must have seen orphan children hungry and not feed them. You must have treated your slaves badly. You must have done something. Because that was their conviction, that you have to have done something really bad for you to suffer any kind of affliction. And since in their eyes and in everybody else's eyes, Job was considered to be an upright man, they could not figure out why then was Job in the position that he was in. And Job admitted to them that he himself don't know. He himself confused. Because the math ain't mathing. It's not adding up. What he believes and what he expects is not his current reality. So he's upset. He say, you should have never met me born. You know, you sat there and saw me being conceived in my mother's womb, and you knew that this was going to be my end, and you still allowed me to be born. And then almost like Job was saying, you tricked me. Because you made me believe one thing and then the reality is something different. Job was mad. Job contemplated himself. He was so conflicted in spirit, in heart, in spirit, in soul. He was so conflicted. And the same kind of conflict exists amongst a lot of us today. Because people who are agnostic and think, maybe not, them don't really want to go over upon that side and them don't really want to come over upon that side. So them kind of just a choppy line. It's because of all the confusion that is presented in the book, while people end up a choppy line. But let us continue. Let us read. I think yesterday we stopped at the end of 28. I think. But let us start reading chapter 29. All right. So in Job chapter 29, we are going to hear Job speaking to his friends. We are going to hear Job speaking to his 3 friends who have come to visit him. No, I think I didn't read it already, but I'll read it again. Shauna, from when I see you? Shauna, what's up? How are you doing, my love? Good to see you. You just a pass through. I appreciate you, my love. Every time and any time. I hope everything is good with you, my love. Yeah, so in chapter 29, it says, I'm not too bad. I feel like I come down with something, but yeah. But I'm here, going one day at a time. So in chapter 29 of the book of Job, moreover, Job continued his parable. Remember we talked about that yesterday? That when you listen to Job and even his friends talking, it was a lot of parables. Job continued his parable and said, "Oh, that I were as in months past, as in the days when God preserved me, when his candle shined upon my head, and when by his light I walked through darkness, as I was in the days of my youth, when the secret of God was upon my tabernacle, when the Almighty was yet with me, when my children were about me, when I washed my steps with butter and the rock poured me out rivers of oil. When I went out to the gate through the city, when I prepared my seat in the street, the young men saw me and hid themselves, and the aged arose and stood up. The princes refrained talking and laid their hand on their mouth. The nobles held their peace, and their tongue cleaved to the roof of their mouth. When the ear heard me, then it blessed me, and when the eye saw me, it gave witness to me. Because I delivered the poor that cried, and the fatherless, and him that had none to help him. The blessing of him that was ready to perish came upon me, and I caused the widow's heart to sing for joy. I put on righteousness, and it clothed me. My judgment was as a robe and a diadem. I was eyes to the blind, and my feet, I was eyes to the blind, and feet was I to the lame. I was a father to the poor, and the cause which I knew not I searched out. And I brake the jaws of the wicked, and plucked the spoil out of his teeth. Then I said, I shall die in my nest, and I shall multiply my days as the sand. So you see, even Job, who was a man of God, you see Job a brag here, so say him no ram fi bust up boy face. You not hear Job? Wasn't Job a man of God? Job said, yeah, once upon a time. I reminisce, because now he's there, he's very, very sick. He can't walk around. Here yesterday he said, him not have no respect anymore. In calling servants, they don't show up. He can't even give wife a kiss. His wife saying stink. Him, have him putting them for hug and hold, and nobody wants to come close to him and all of that. So here Job is sitting there and reminiscing like, I remember when I was the king around here. When old people see me coming, them tip them hat to me. When young people see me coming, them stop talking and walk up straight. Yeah. When people hear me, they just want to hear me name. And everybody worship me. You understand? You understand? Job is reminiscing. Job I say, remember when I did the big thing around here? A boy say something, me thump off his face. Me no ram. I know me say some people at the Bible. Job says. Excuse me. Let me read the funeral again so that nobody gonna say Trev said and at the Bible there. I mean, when we read the things in one of the Bible, it forces you all to confront what is in the Bible that you have never read. You know, can't say me love chat and Nancy story. the thing is, my friends, out of the Bible, me I read the thing them. You understand? Out of the same Bible, me I read the thing. So when people come and them I try to shut me down for say, Trev, what you say no make no sense or whatever. I know me I say so. At the Bible, so are you really saying the Bible don't make sense? Watch yourself. No, show me what you got. Okay. Hold on. Georgette, thank you for the follow. Let me read it again. Job said, I was a father to the poor, and the cause which I knew not I searched out. And I break the jaws of the wicked, and pluck the spoil out of his teeth. Then I said, I shall die in my nest, and I shall multiply my days as the sand. My root was spread out by the waters, and the dew lay all night upon my branch. My glory was flesh in me, and my bow was renewed in my hand. Unto me men gave ear, and waited, and kept silence at my counsel. After my words, they spake not again, and my speech dropped upon them. And they waited for me as for the rain, and they opened their mouth wide as for the latter rain. If I laughed on them, they believed it not, and the light of my countenance they cast not down. I chose I chose out their way, and sat chief, and dwelt as a king in the army, as one that comforts the mourners. All right? Wanna see it? Oh, what you said that reading was back then? What do you mean by that? And I see in Bible we are used. And them say we are expected to follow. Listen, it's going to be much more important for us to read the Bible because trust me, sister, them are coming with all this. The Bible to be taught in the schools. And we are Oklahoma, Paslan, and Louisiana for there to be a Bible in every classroom, and the teacher must teach. The pitney them out of the Bible. Me no teacher fi teach pitney them out of the Bible when the teacher is, and I better what's up when teacher herself. What if teacher is a Muslim? What if teacher is not a Christian? Teacher practice one different religion. What if teacher is atheist? I don't know, but we're going to continue watching and see how these things play out. Okay? So it is more important, becoming more and more important that we read the Bible so we know what is in it, so that we know what our children are being taught at school. Let we move on to chapter 30. Chapter 30 said, this is Job. The teacher, the teacher them themselves need teaching. You're right. Because we don't know how teacher forgot teach Bible. Sometimes teacher, like, seriously? It's a crazy world we live in. Teacher, they must teach. I don't know if are they going to instruct the teachers as to what part of the Bible they should teach the children, or am I going to just leave it up to the teachers to just teach whatever? I don't know. But that is one of the big pushes right now. So the part of the Constitution that says separation of church and state, it look like so that the part they them go get rid of it. What am I teaching pitney them? I same thing me say truth seek. What am I teaching pitney them? The same question me have. But me move right along into chapter 30. Chapter 30 says, But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Don't hear him? For them father, me not have no respect for. Me look at them like the dog them when me have a run down my sheep them. Mighty God. I Job this the faithful man, you know. Yeah, Job this man, the faithful man. But let us continue. Verse 2 says, Yea, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished? For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste. Who cut up mallows by the bushes, and juniper roots for their meat. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief. To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in caves of the earth, and in the rocks. Among the bushes they brayed. Under the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. And now am I their song, yea, I am their byword. All right, so on the ear, Job say, look for me, I'm the big and mighty fully, sir. All them people there, all them people around the place, yeah, so when me talk, everybody listen. When me say move, everybody move. And look for me now. And me turn them laughing stock. me in call it their byword. Now he is the subject of their byword. So anything that they are saying now, the tables turn, sort of the tables turn. He was so big and mighty and powerful, and now the tables have turned. He has been reduced to nothing. And the other men, the men that he would have looked down on, they are. All right. So Shana say, so God give and God take. All right. Let us continue. Job says, they hate me. They flee far from me, and spare not to spit in my face, because he hath loosed my cord and afflicted me. They have also let loose the bridle before me. Upon my right hand rise the youth. They push away my feet, and they raise up against me the ways of their destruction. They mar my path. They set forward my calamity. They have no helper. They came upon me as a wide breaking in of waters. In the desolation they roll themselves upon me. Terrors are turned upon me. They pursue my soul as the wind, and my welfare passes away as a cloud. And now my soul is poured out upon me. The days of affliction have taken hold upon me. My bones are pierced in me in the night season, and my sinews take no rest. By the great force of my disease is my garment changed. It bindeth me about as the color of my coat. He hath cast me into the mire, and I am become like dust and ashes. I cry unto thee, and thou dost not hear me. I stand up, and thou regardest me not. Thou art become cruel to me. With thy strong hand thou opposest thyself. Thou opposest thyself against me. Thou liftest me up to the wind. Thou castest me to ride upon it, and dissolves my substance. For I know that thou wilt bring me to death, and to the house appointed for all living. Howbeit he will not stretch out his hand to the grave. Though they cry in his destruction. Did not I weep for him that was in trouble? Was not my soul grieved for the poor? So you see the thoughts, his thoughts go back again. Yes, Georgette, he's facing his part long suffering. So much so you see how Job's thoughts were as labile as can be. This minute he's holding strong, and the next minute it's human. The next minute he's questioning, like, where are you? Was I not good to the poor? Is not that what you asked me to do? You want me to be good to the poor? Was I not good to the poor? Was I not good to the widows? Was I not good to the fatherless children? Was He's going back and forth in his thoughts, because Job himself cannot believe what is happening to him. And considering how faithful he has been, so much so that people from far and near, everybody could identify Job based on his reverence to his God and the way how he obeyed the doctrine and tried to do everything by the book, so to speak. So now here is like, God, all what me do for you, nay enough. It ain't enough. Look, all what me do. What more could I have done? I know you have reduced me to nothing. The same people them whom used to turn up my nose at, and them now I turn up them nose after me. The same people who I didn't see to be worth anything more than my dog that I used to chase my sheep. These are the people who are now looking at me as a dog. Interesting, isn't it? Let us continue. He says, When I looked for good, then evil came upon me. And when I waited for light, there came darkness. My bowels boiled and rested not. The days of affliction prevented me. I went mourning without the sun. I stood up and I cried in the congregation. I am a brother to dragons and a companion to owls. My skin is black upon me, and my bones are burnt with heat. My harp also is turned to mourning, and my organ into the voice of them that weep. All right. Great question. You hear what Georgia say? She said, was Job a faithful man because of the things he knew he could get from God? That's how it appears. It was almost like a quid pro quo. You do this to me, I do that for you. Yeah. The doctrine that was taught to Job, Job wanted to be the best at it, because that same doctrine told Job that if he did all these things, he would get favor from God. So that would have been, that is what I believe was Job's motivation. His doctrine told him that if he did all these things, then God over here will make him rich, will take care of him. He won't suffer any sickness. He will ride the clouds once he was faithful. So Job went out of his way. Job went out of his way so that he set himself apart from everybody else in the things that he did, the way he comported himself, everything. But, all right, I say, but that was Satan's claim in the first place to God. You serve God for naught. That was the question. Yeah, I remember in about chapter 1, Satan had asked that question. If you serve God, Satan did ask a question there. If you serve God for naught, like, what is the point? If you can't just serve him without the hopes of getting anything. That's how I interpret that. All right, John just said to seek ye first the kingdom of God, everything shall be added unto you. Okay. And then when you're not getting, and then when you don't get what you expect to get. You see, that is why Job was so conflicted, and he said he's conflicted and he's confused. Because in his mind, he has been such a good man, he's not supposed to face this kind of despair. It's like this kind of despair is for the men who don't believe, the people who don't worship like I worship. They are the ones who you are supposed to afflict. You hear that one I chapter him say he's afflicted like the wicked. So Job held on to that, and she says, so Job held on. Taros, allow me now. Allow me now. Me trouble you, sir. I feel about me, I use her for me. What you up to? Good morning. I don't if you say no good morning. Shoo. What's up? Rostan, good morning. How you doing? All right, somebody said this is what prompted God to remove the edge, to show the devil that he is not serving me because of just good times, but also in bad times. All right, that's a good... Thank you for pointing that out, Kat. Thank you for pointing that out. My nose I get stuffy. Thank you for pointing that out. So Kat says, this was the prompt. That is what prompted God to remove the edge from around him so that the devil could have the authority, the permission to do all the things that was happening to Job. But what I'm saying is that just brings me back to the question of what was the point of that? What was that supposed to prove? But we have passed that. We have passed that. Kevin, what's up? We have passed that because we don't have the answer. But clearly, Job was not aware that God and the devil had made a deal. Andrew, what's up? That God and the devil had made a deal on his life. He was not aware. But he's still being true and faithful. But here, so in a chapter 30, he's asking questions. Like, did not I weep for him that was in trouble? Was not my soul grieved for the poor? He goes on to say, when I looked for good, then evil came unto me. And when I waited for light, there was darkness. I got him to talk to, In a verse 22, he said, thou lifted me up to the wind, and thou causest me to ride upon it, and dissolve my substance. And all these other things, he's saying to God, look how you lifted me up. Look how you made me wealthy. Look how you made me to be highly respected. And then look how you come now and drop me down. Make all of my people laugh after me. We are going to continue. Verse 31. I have the whole day, and I'm not going like say I have the whole day. When I go sleep. Verse 31. We're moving on to verse 31. Job continues to speak. Okay? I don't know, so I have to tell you, say Job continues to speak, because when people say everything in the Bible is said, then claim say God writes something in the Bible, you have to understand if it's a story, I can't one person in it a talk. Okay? We have to be able to identify the people who are talking in this story, so that we know what measure of respect to give to whatever they are saying. Okay? Chapter 31 says, I made a covenant with mine eyes. Why then should I think upon a maid? For what portion of God is there from above? And what inheritance of the Almighty from on high? Is not destruction to the wicked? See, I ask the same question again. Isn't destruction for the wicked? Destruction enough for me, because me I serve you. Oh, Judge say, I'm confused because God people will not be put to shame. So I wonder at times. That is the thing too. Even Job saying confused. You are not alone. You are not alone. Let me tell you, when I read this Bible here, it's confounding and confusing. And people say, oh, you must go and go pray before you read the Bible. And I ask them, all right, when we read this, you explain it to me. Since me need to go pray if you understand. I like how you pray all the time. Explain it to me. Them can't explain it to me. So, what I say about your prayer? Like, move from here. You're going to tell me something, can read something in a black and white page and understand it? Yeah. I understand it is confusing, my love. It confused me. And it all confused Job. All right. But we hear what else Job says. Job says, for what portion of God is there from above? And what inheritance of the Almighty from on high? Is not destruction for the wicked? And a strange punishment to the workers of iniquity? Doth not he see my ways and count all my steps? If I have walked with vanity, or if my feet have hasted to deceit, let me be weighed in an even balance, that God may know my integrity. If my step hath turned out of the way, and my heart walked after my eyes, and if any blot hath cleaved to my hands, then let me sow, and let another eat. Yea, let my offspring be rooted out. If my heart have been deceived by a woman, or if I have laid wait at my neighbor's door, then let my wife grind unto another. Hold on there, Job. Hold on there. Hold on there. Hold on. Job say, if he do anything wrong, God will make somebody else grinding wife. Well, me glad I know me say so. Me glad I don't hear it right out of the Bible. Let me mark it here, so brother. Me I mark it right here, so because I can't forget that. That is Job 31 and verse 10. And Job I talk to God, and Job say, if me do anything wrong, me cannot. Mighty God. Let us continue. This should not be this funny, but it is. Job said, let me read it again. Job says, if my heart have been deceived by a woman, or if I have laid wait at my neighbor's door, then let my wife grind unto another, and let others bow down upon her. Our judge said he was thinking with the flesh and not the spirit. Well, that's some serious thought that, that's some serious thought that's going through Job's head. He might bring God to task. Say, listen, after all what me do, I'm hoping say I get your blessing and your right hand. And look what me I get. look what I'm getting. If you don't think me do good enough stuff for you, and you don't think that all the things that I've done are worthy of me getting a blessing, just make another man grab me. Oh Lord, this serious. Miss Kitty, this serious. Somehow don't get make some read the Bible and me laugh. Me not feel laugh. But can I help it? Me can't help it. Because there's something when the Bible are serious things. The man said they let another man grind his wife. Anyway, we are going to continue. Because them story are too strong for me. But let us continue. For this, Miss Kids, what's up? Why you miss? Girl, you miss a little bit of everything. But you look like you come just in time to hear Job in his anger. Job is angry at God because he's been serving God so long and him do all the right things. In his estimation, he has done all the right things, everything that he's supposed to do. And then lo and behold, he has been stricken with this affliction that's upon him. Somebody said, but on the other hand, is exactly why God did that to him. Forward with that again. He said, but on the other hand, that's exactly why God did that to him. What do you mean? Because he wants somebody to go with his wife? What? We missed something right there, so. Let us continue. Job says, for this is a heinous crime. I got him at this as a heinous crime, what God do to him, Yea, it is an iniquity to be punished by the judges, for it is a fire that consumes to destruction and would root out all my increase. If I did despise the cause of my manservant or of my maidservant, when they contended with me, what then shall I do when God rises up? And when he visits, what shall I answer him? Did not he that made me in the womb make him? And did not one fashion us in the womb? If I have withheld the poor from their desire, or have caused the eyes of the widow to fail, or have eaten my morsel myself alone, and the fatherless hath not eaten thereof. For from my youth he was brought up with me, as with a father, and I have guided him from my mother's womb. I have guided her from my mother's womb. If I have seen any perish for want of clothing, or any poor without covering, if his loins have not blessed me, and if he were not warmed with the fleece of my sheep, if I have lifted up my hand against the fatherless, when I saw my help in the gate, then let my arm fall from my shoulder blade. I swear, Job, I swear this today, no. He might tell God, if he never do all of them something there, then let my arm fall from my shoulder blade, and my arm be broken from the bone. For destruction from God was a terror to me. All right. You see what we are talking about? The same thing what Georgette was asking, that it was out of fear. It was out of fear while Job was so orthodox in his thinking, in doing the things his doctrine required him to do. It was out of fear. And the same way out of fear now, even when you look at Christianity right now with people, religious people are out of fear, you know. Because you will hear somebody who has never even been to church, never even read a Bible or whatever, and they will readily say, oh yes, I gotta do it, I God me believe in her. You understand? Yeah, I God me believe in her. Yeah, me believe in a heaven and hell, and heaven and where you're gonna go if you do right, and hell. But they are just saying it. They are just saying it because in their subconscious, when they say it, it sounds as though they have accepted it. Yes, Georgia, it's happening all day long. Job says, for destruction from God was a terror to me. He was deathly afraid that if he did not serve God, some kind of destruction was going to take him. And by reason of his highness, I could not endure. If I have made gold my hope, or have said to the fine gold, thou art my confidence. If I rejoiced because my wealth was great, and because my hand had gotten much, if I beheld the sun when it shined, or the moon walking in brightness, and my heart had been secretly enticed, or my mouth had kissed my hand, this also were an iniquity to be punished by the judge, for I should have denied the God that is above. If I rejoiced at the destruction of him that hated me, or lifted up myself when evil found him, neither have I suffered my mouth to sin by wishing a curse to his soul. If the men of my tabernacle said not, all that we had of his flesh, we cannot be satisfied. The stranger did not lodge in the street, but I opened my doors to the traveler. If I covered my transgressions as Adam did, by hiding my iniquity in my bosom, did I fear a great multitude, or did the contempt of families terrify me, that I kept silence and went not out of the door? Oh, that one would hear me. Behold, my desire is that the Almighty would answer me, and that my adversary had written a book. Surely I would take it upon my shoulder and bind it as a crown to me. I would declare unto him the numbers of my steps. As a prince would, I go near. as a prince would I go near unto him. If my land cry against me, or that the furrows, hold on there. Oh, when did reach? If I covered my transgressions as Adam, by hiding my iniquity in my bosom, did I fear a great multitude? Or did the contempt of families terrify me that I kept silent and went not out of the door? Oh, that one would hear me. Behold, my desire is that the Almighty would answer me, and that my adversary had written a book. Surely I would take it upon my shoulder and bind it as a crown to me. I would declare unto him the number of my steps. As a prince would I go near unto him. If my land cry against me, or that the furrows likewise thereof complain, if I have eaten the fruits thereof without money, or have caused the owners thereof to lose their life, let thistles grow inside of wheat, and cockle instead of barley. The words of Job are ended. All right, so Job kind of, he's saying peace. Job has said his peace. And now he said the words of Job has ended. But me think that Job continue to talk. Let me see where the book of Job end. Job end at chapter 42. But we're going to continue. Right, God? Yeah, we're going to continue. Job's argument is stimulating. So let me go and read it. Chapter 32. So these three men, I don't know which three men he's talking, right? Right, Vulture? Morning, my love, I don't know which three men he's talking. He's talking about his three friends that have come to visit him. So these three men ceased to answer Job because he was righteous in his own eyes. Okay, so them not about to respond to him. I say, you know what? In Job's eyes, he's righteous. And we think him not righteous because if he was righteous, all of this wouldn't befall him. So he's righteous in his own eyes. So we could just leave him alone. He says he's righteous in his own eyes. Then was kindled the wrath of Elihu, the son of Barashel, the son of Barashel the Buzite, of the kindred of Ram. Against Job was his wrath kindled, because he justified himself rather than God. So you see, more people come now angry at Job. Also against his three friends was his wrath kindled. So in wrath kindled against Elihu. And now him add back in three friends to the mix. Michelle, what's up? What are you doing? I'm gonna read 32 and maybe 33 before me go to my bed. Cause me made her hurt me. Hold on, I'm supposed to have one. Hold on there. Hold on the people. Me I do all of this for, you know. Me I do all of this for. Me head side at me. Hold on there. Let's lift me up. Alright, let me hide my face. Alright. Let us continue. Chapter 32. Then was kindled the wrath of Elihu the son of Barashel, the Buzite, of the kindred of Ram, Against Job was his wrath kindled, because he justified himself rather than God. Also against his three friends was his wrath kindled, because they had found no answer, and yet had condemned Job. Now Elihu had waited till Job had spoken, because they were elder than he. When Elihu saw that there was no answer in the mouth of these three men, then his wrath was also kindled. And Elihu the son of Barashel the Buzite answered and said, I am young, and ye are very old. Wherefore I was afraid, and dost not shew you my opinion. I said, Days shall speak. Days should speak, and multitude of years should teach wisdom. But there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty gives them understanding. Great men are not always wise. Ain't that true? Great men are not always wise. That's a nice quote. Those of you who like to write down quote, I'm going to write that down. Job 32 and verse 9. Great men are not always wise, neither do the aged understand judgment. Therefore I said, hearken to me. I also will show my opinion. Behold, I waited for your words. I gave ear to your reasons, whilst he searched out what to say. Yea, I attended unto you. And behold, there was none of you that convinced Job, or that answered his words. Lest he should say, We have found out wisdom. God trusted him down, not man. Now he hath not, say, Elihu is right. No matter what you say, Job has been holding on to what he has been holding on to. And no matter what they say, he was going to find a contradiction to justify his thoughts. So Elihu is right. Now he hath not directed his words against me, neither will I answer him with your speeches. They were amazed. They answered no more. They left off speaking. When I had waited, for they spake not, but stood still and answered no more. I said, I will answer also my part. I also will show my opinion. For I am full of matter. The spirit within me constrains me. Behold, my belly is as wine which hath no vent. It is ready to burst like new bottles. I will speak, for I may be refreshed. I will open my lips and answer. Lord, what make Elihu give so much talking? If I'm going to say something, no, just say it and done. Why am I going I say, I will, how much time am I going to say he will speak, he will give me opinion? How many times he going to say that? But anyway, let us continue. I will speak that I may be refreshed. I will open my lips and answer. Let me not, I pray you, accept any man's person, neither let me give flattering titles unto man. For I know not to give flattering titles. In so doing, my Maker would soon take me away. All right. Right, let's study at the end. And that was Elihu speaking. Elihu was the one who was speaking in Job chapter 32. All right, let's see who spoke in 33. In chapter 33, looks like Elihu continues to speak in chapter 33. He says, Wherefore, Job, I pray thee, hear my speeches and hearken to all my words. Behold, now I have opened my mouth, my tongue hath spoken in my mouth. Oh my Jesus. My words shall be of the uprightness of my heart, and my lips shall utter knowledge clearly. The Spirit of God hath made me, and the breath of the Almighty hath given me life. If thou canst answer me, Set thy words in order before me. Stand up. Behold, I am according to thy wish in God's stead. I also am formed out of the clay. Behold, my terror shall not make thee afraid, neither shall my hand be heavy upon thee. Surely thou hast spoken in my hearing, and I have heard the voice of thy words. I am clean, without transgression. I am innocent, neither is there iniquity in me. Behold, he finds occasions against me. He counts me for his enemy. He puts my feet in the stocks. He marks all my paths. Behold, is this in this thou art not just? I will answer thee that God is greater than man. Why dost thou strive against him? For he gives not account of any of his matters. For God speaks once, yea, twice, yet man perceive it not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls upon men, in slumberings, upon the bed, then he opened his ears of then he opened the ears of men and seals their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. He keeps back his soul from the pit and his life from perishing by the sword. He is chastened also with pain upon his bed, and the multitude of his bones with strong pain, so that his life hates bread, and his soul dainty meat. So his soul hates dainty meat, and his life hates bread. His flesh is consumed away, that he cannot be seen, and his bones that were not seen struck out. Yea, his soul draws near unto the grave, and his life to the destroyers. If there be a messenger with him, an interpreter, one among 1,000, to show unto man his uprightness, then he is gracious unto him, and saith, Deliver him from going down to the pit. I have found a ransom. His flesh shall be fresher than a child's. He shall return to the days of his youth. He shall pray unto God, and he will be favorable unto him, and he shall see his face with joy, for he will render unto man his righteousness. He looks upon men, and if any say, I have sinned, and perverted that which was right, and it profited me not, he will deliver his soul from going into the pit, and his life shall see the light. Now this is Abihu. Abihu is here talking a whole mouthful of everything. You Mr. Westmoreland? Talking a whole mouthful of stuff. Let's hear, continue to listen what he got to say. He will deliver his soul. Who this a call me? We can't answer the phone right now. We can't answer the phone right now. I remember continue. He says, if there be a messenger with him, an interpreter, one among 1,000, to show unto man his uprightness, then he is gracious unto him, and saith, Deliver him from going down to the pit. I have found a ransom. His flesh shall be fresher than a child's. He shall return to the days of his youth. He shall pray unto God, and he will be favorable unto him. So if you're not pray, you not get favors. This was their belief. Still is the belief of a lot of people. He shall pray unto God, and he will be favorable unto him, and he shall see his face with joy, for he will render unto man his righteousness. He looks upon men, and if any say, I have sinned, and perverted that which was right, and it profited me not, he will deliver his soul from going into the pit, and his life shall see the light. Lo, all these things works God oftentimes with man, to bring back his soul from the pit, to be enlightened with the light of the living. Mark well, O Job, hearken unto me. Hold your peace, and I will speak. If thou hast anything to say, answer me. Speak, for I desire to justify thee. If not, hearken unto me. Hold thy peace, and I shall teach thee wisdom. All right? That was Elihu talking to Job. Elihu says, you know what? I have sat here and I have listened to everybody speak. I'm going to interrupt because all of you are elders. But this is what I have to say. This is how I have summed up this relationship between Job and his God. You can go and back or read it for yourself. I hear all that Elihu had to say to Job about Job's situation, about Job's circumstance. So Elihu has spoken to him about how he feels. His friend Eliphaz has spoken to him about how he feels about this faith that Job has and how he don't see it working for Job. His friend Bildad has spoken to him, and his friend Zophar has spoken to him. And they are basically saying the same thing. Like, if you think that you have been so good to your God, you have been so faithful, why are you this afflicted? And none of them don't have the answer. They don't. But we are going to continue with the reading tomorrow. If we feel better tomorrow, we read off some more. We read some more. But for right now, yeah. But for right now, this is where we are going to end. This is where we're going to end for this morning. As we Zuri, what's up? We have come to the end of the reading for today. I get more and more stuffy. Can't hardly breathe. Whew. Okay. So we have come to the end of this morning's reading. When we come back again tomorrow on the same time, same place, we are going to continue reading the book of Job. All right. I want to say thanks again to everybody who came into the live. Those of you who shared your blessings, and those of you who tap your screen, those of you over there on the tube. I would have appreciated it if you all hit it. Just tap your screen to register your like for the live. Okay, I appreciate you all. Thanks again, everybody. I will see you all. Mr. Westmoreland, I will see you sometime tomorrow. I will see you all in the morning. I'm gonna go while I'm fresh and go get myself together. My head hurts. All right, see you tomorrow. I'm not go too much more than the expounding. You all will forgive me today. And also Georgette and who else was it? Winsome and Joe and Andrea and everybody else. I can't call everybody's name, but Zuri. But everybody who was here this morning, we will come back tomorrow and continue reading the book of Job. Very thought-provoking and mind-stimulating, all these things that's in the book of Job. But when we come back tomorrow, we talk some more about it. All right? That's going to be it from me for this morning, my friends. Until next time, this is Trev from Trevessence, where, your journey matters. I'll see you all later, guys. I'll see you all later. Later meaning tomorrow.